Now check out White Lotus. It's good. This series 2 is good.
White Lotus.
And lots of sex.
Right.
Hot, steamy sex.
I've got you porn for that.
With women in it.
No, just men. It's great.
Oh. And welcome to the year-end review, the Three Speech podcast. We're back. Took a break for Christmas and train strikes, etc. It's me, the mad lad, a jihad, and to my left, joined by none other than controlled opposition. It's Mr. Leoka.
We took a break for train strikes, so we couldn't get the train to the bedroom to like dial up on internet.
Come on, well, part of it, the studio.
Oh yeah, actually, yeah, we couldn't get to the studio. I couldn't get to the studio. I mean, I could have, but I didn't. Anyway,
part of it was laziness. And to my diagonal left, making his triumphant return, born to fly, leader of the bird gang. It's the patient sensation.
That's a new one. That's a new little sound effect you've got there, and the brrr, brrr, it's very shooting stars. That dove from above.
Yeah,
it's pretty good, man. That's your goal celebration, and none other. Once again, it's the gorilla in the villa. It's Mouch.
How are you guys? You well?
Yeah, good. How was your Christmas?
A bit shit, if I'm honest. Yeah.
Why?
I was ill, and I think the kid was a bit ill as well. Like on Christmas Day, he just was just fucking screaming, crying non-stop. So like the magical Christmas that we'd planned was just me and my wife looking up adoption agencies. Because
you want another one.
Nope. We're getting another one, but it's not what we want. Well, it's what we wanted, but we are having serious buyer's remorse after this first one. But then after that, Boxing Day and all that's been lovely. It's been really nice. So yeah. How about your Christmases?
What,
everything good?
Pregnant again?
Yeah, I've got a second kid coming in February.
Jeez.
That's the whole reason why. That's the whole reason, Nico, why Mooch couldn't do the podcast for the past few months. He said, "I've got a kid coming, and I need to take care of business." And we all went, "Got it."
Yeah, he said he needed to focus on things that were like more productive.
But now
what could be more productive than this podcast?
The podcast is great. It's now about to take this over as a one speech. I was going to do
Hey, I'm already doing it. I've already got my clown world. I'm like Jerry Halliwell. I'm the first one out of the Spice Girls.
Well, for the listeners out there, I've been trying my best to get us to get the recordings done. To be honest, we had the train strikes, then we had Christmas, family, etc., etc. It's been difficult, but I was this close to doing a one speech solo podcast under the three speech banner.
But then you remembered that you're lazy.
No, I would have done it. I would have done a year-end review of how we will survive. I had my daughter was also sick on Christmas. I had to go into A&E.
Shit!
She's been given penicillin. Then she vomited in my face. Then yesterday, I'm pretty sure Ollie Horn, comedian, gave me food poisoning. So
man,
Christmas
that guy he's a vector. That guy is a vector for disease. Like he gave everybody coronavirus at the Edinburgh Fringe, and now he's giving you food poisoning. What did he cook for you? What did he cook? Because he's always cooking stuff, but he'll say, "Oh yeah, if you leave the chicken pink and fucking frozen in the middle, then it gives it an extra whatever bit of fucking death." What did he cook for you?
He cooked Thai green curry. To be fair, he's a great cook, which obviously because he's hugely fat, but he did food poison myself and Elsa, so we were both dying. Although he will.
And did he get food poisoning? He get it too?
He alleges that he was fine, but I said, listen, show me fucking a photo of your toilet. I want to see your toilet right now. And he refused to send me the evidence.
That is the last thing I want to see, Ollie Horn's toilet.
Well, wait, he came to your house and cooked for you?
No. So basically, we went to the gym, and
you cooked at the gym?
No, I was genuinely shocked.
Ollie goes to the gym?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it either. So I went there thinking
he uses all the machines, Nico. He uses the crisp machine. He uses the Mars bar machine.
But he genuinely, he knows what he's doing, and he worked that hard. So I was just like, why am I not losing weight? I said, well, it's obviously because you eat too much, and it's the most unhealthy food of all time. Yeah. Anyway, He went home.
Oh
and he
man,
made...
can I just say, like, I was out in, I think it was Borneo with Ollie, and we had dinner. We did a gig, and dinner was provided. And then, like, we after the gig, he's like, "Should we go and get dinner?" I'm like, "We just had dinner. We had a whole dinner. Like, we don't eat again until breakfast." And he wanted to go and get another dinner. It's like,
I'm guilty of having double dinner. I double dinner quite a bit. I have like my pre-dinner workout munch, not workout, just fat bastard munch, and then I have a second dinner. It's great.
listen, there's a pattern developing, isn't there? If you look at people's waistlines and how many dinners they have. Anyway, so what happened, Darius?
Anyway, so he went, I'm going home to make Thai green curry. Do you want some? I went, no. Then later on, I was talking to Elsa, and she went, oh, I like Thai green curry. So I called Ollie, and I put a fucking Uber Eats order into him. He's like, I'll come round, I'll make it, because Edinburgh's 5 minutes by car. I went round, picked it up. Then
Is this in Edinburgh?
Yeah. Then about an hour after eating it, he's staying with his friend. I was like, oh, God, my stomach went, I was like, what the hell? Then I basically, you ever pissed out of your ass? I basically pissed shit out of my anus 4 times. Then I started vomiting. It was bad, but I'm all right now.
You know why he's fine? You know why he's fine? He harbors resentment against you, Darius. So he stuck his finger up his ass and he stuck it in your dinner.
I mean, listen,
And
it
that's what you
tasted
picked up.
nice, but it probably gave me norovirus.
Yeah.
So that was how my Christmas was. How was your Christmas?
When you throw up, though, you feel so much better, don't you?
Yeah.
When you finally throw up from food, it feels so good.
Unless you're proper, when you got that illness where you're just all like cold and shaking, and you throw up and there's just nothing in you, and you're still like heaving away. Oh man, that's the worst.
The worst thing I ever, my worst ever hangover throwing up story, right? I got so drunk
When you
on
had 3 pints.
No, had 2 pints. It's the crisps. I got drunk on mojitos, right? And I got up in the morning. I was feeling rough, but I was like, I had 3 mojitos, and I was feeling rough. Then I used that lime and lemon tree, mint and lime shower gel.
Tea tree oil.
Tea tree oil, but the mint and lime, which is the same concoction as a mojito, essentially. And as soon as I smelt it, projectile vomited all in the shower. Maybe that's funny. How was your Christmas? How was your Christmas, Nico?
Mine was quiet, man. We just stayed home and watched Home Alone. We watched Home Alone with the kids. That was great.
Solid movie.
Yeah,
what is the best Christmas movie? What were you all saying?
I watched something different. I watched and it's kind of similar to Home Alone. It's because I saw this little meme about Joe Pesci and how some kid at Christmas went up to him and was like, "Oh, you're my favorite actor," and he gave him $100 bill. And I just was looking at all the other great films that he was in, and I watched My Cousin Vinny, which is like a really, really good film. Nothing to do with Christmas, but is one I'd highly recommend. It was a great film that reminded me of my youth.
That's just a film.
Yeah, so I watched it at Christmas, therefore it's a Christmas film.
Just make it a Christmas film.
Just like I watched also, I watched loads of films. I watched Passion of the Christ. That's a Christmas film.
Is that good?
That's definitely a Christmas film.
It's a Christian film. No, My Cousin Vinny is Passion of the Christ is a bit much for me.
Did you watch the whole Passion of the Christ?
No, I was just saying that for comic effect.
Oh, right.
Has anyone seen The Passion of the Christ?
No, I started watching it, but I got bored.
Yeah.
I know what happens. Do you want me to ruin the ending?
No.
All right,
No
His
spoilers.
dad saves him.
I think Home Alone's the best Christmas movie. Or
It's
Die
not.
Hard is
Elf. Elf is better than both
I
of them.
think Scrooged is actually the best Christmas movie. The one with Bill Murray.
Also, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles is good.
That's not a Christmas movie, though.
It is, because they go home at Christmas at the end. He's trying to get home for Christmas.
Okay.
And also, I watched a film that was good. You know how there's so many films, but they're all shite? I watched a film that was good. It's called Barbarian.
Oh,
It's called Barbarian, and it's on Netflix, I think. And everything I watch on Netflix is shite, but this film was really, really good. It was really
I'm gonna check the rating now.
Have any of you watched Glass Onion or whatever it's called?
Yeah,
Glass
Knives Out. Yeah, I watched that. I mean, it's okay. It's fun. It's kind of like it's Netflix's sort of big cast, some really big names in there, and it's kind of like, you know, it's the whodunit sort of thing. I watched it last year, I think. Was it last year when the first one came out? Knives Out, yeah. And then there's Glass Onion and Knives Out series sort of film.
The reason I bring it up is because Ben Shapiro came out and said that Glass Onion was woke propaganda and was drizzling shit, but he's being ridiculed for it. So I wanted to get your opinion on that, Mooch.
What was woke about it?
I don't know. That's what he just said. He went off on it and said it's rubbish and
he said the writer deceived us by putting in a twist, so people started rinsing him for that. He said so he started getting.
He must not be familiar with the genre. There are some films this year's had like a bunch of films that have done absolutely shite because they're woke like that. It's on Disney now because we've got Disney Plus now. Like, you know, there's Disney animated
Show
films.
off.
They always used to. Oh man, we got everything. The animated films always used to like just smash it. But lately, because they've been trying to make everything's like, you know, a trans, like lesbian, whatever the fuck. So they had Strange something, the prehistoric. Is it prehistoric or something? Strange Days or something like that. Anyway, that's the new one. It's tanked at the boss.
Strange Days in Moscow.
Something like that. And then there's another one, Buzz Lightyear. Buzz Lightyear, the film.
Oh yeah, that was awful.
I
started watching a bit of it, and it was just, oh man, it was shit. It's like, because all it is a lecture about, like, you know, you shouldn't be homophobic or racist or whatever. And it's like, man, we're not trying to be homophobic or racist. I just want to watch a film. You know what I mean?
Why don't you use Look Movie instead of Disney Plus, Leo?
Because he's a grown man and he can't be asked to fucking deal with pop-ups and all that sort of stuff.
I want to watch it in 4K.
Movie. Hello?
Nico's being berated by his wife.
Nico, you getting berated by your wife?
No, I'm calling the shots.
Yes. Yes.
You guys watch White Lotus?
What's it called? White Lotus.
White Lotus, the series.
No.
Is it good?
It's really good. Well, there's a series 1 and series 2, and you can watch them independently. But series 2 is really, really good.
Right.
And it's got a super hot woman in it. But yeah, it's great. It's on Now TV or Sky. Sky Atlantic.
Sky, I don't have either of them.
Man, you said you had everything.
Yeah, all the good ones. Got Disney Plus, got Netflix, I got YouTube.
Man, I'm telling you, get Look Movie too. If I paid for it, it doesn't even have pop-ups.
I got iPlayer. I don't even pay my TV license. I still got iPlayer. I'm working the system.
I'm telling on you.
Now check out White Lotus. It's good. The series 2 is good.
White Lotus.
Lots of sex.
Right.
Hot, steamy sex.
I've got you porn for that.
With women in it.
No, just men. It's great.
Oh. Hot sex. You did say hot. You did say hot and steamy. That's madness. Listen, so this has been just a summary. I'm just having a look at some of the things we discussed this year. But, I mean, I think our best title of the year goes to episode number 42, and that was titled Syndrome of a Down. That was a great title. Well done. What a title that was, Syndrome of a Down. But we've discussed, so the first thing we discussed in January, the very first episode, January 2022, we were discussing, 7th of January, we said Emma Watson and Patton Oswalt. Can anyone remember what that was about?
Is Emma Watson the one out of Harry Potter?
Yeah. But what it's about? With speech biker gang.
Wasn't Patton Oswalt like berated for being in a photo with Dave Chappelle? And then he had that. He was writing. Yeah. He had this.
And he wrote an apology.
No, and then had this photo, like stage photo of him writing the apology out on yellow line paper. And then I had to order some for DARIUS because he really wanted that yellow line paper, and I forgot, and I didn't bother.
Yeah. So was Patton Oswalt taking the piss?
Patton Oswalt's out, and then he sold out Dave Chappelle. And
Man, the fucking state of comedy.
That was the episode where selling farts was linked to heart attacks, which is another thing. Nico revealed his extraordinary toilet habits, and Emma Watson was revealed to be anti-Semitic, but I can't remember why.
I think it's because she listened to Kanye a lot.
And she hates, she doesn't like Jewish people. I think
That's probably also
part of the
yeah.
reason. Yeah,
Well,
but
no,
what's...
was she actually anti-Semitic, or was it like,
Well,
or by comparison now is she not?
Harry Potter was accused of being anti-Semitic because the representations of like orcs or whatever it is, I don't know.
The bankers,
that must be it.
Was they
it's
were
like a
kind of
like a Jeremy Corbyn mural.
You guys read Harry Potter?
No.
Nah.
Okay. So all y'all know about the bankers?
Because it's been like because of Twitter, people have taken it out of the book. There's some drawings with it, I think, as well.
So y'all watched the movies?
Yeah, I watched a couple of movies.
I watched the first few movies.
I haven't either. I'm not really.
Why is there bankers in it?
Because it's for the Hogwarts world. They keep the bank in there.
It's a school.
Yeah, but it's a school in the Wizarding world. It's a whole universe, like the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but it's the Harry Potter Cinematic Universe. And within that, there are banks. And the bank, I believe it's called Gritsrold, even though I've never watched it or read the books, is
run by the
anti-Semitic.
Yeah, run by a
by the
cabal of industry Illuminati bankers.
Oh, in that movie Glass Onion, there's a mural with Kanye West in the back.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Wow.
But they probably filmed it before he went off on one.
Yeah, man, I saw... Has anybody seen pictures of Kim Kardashian before she got like famous and before she had all the plastic surgery? Man, she looks so different. Like
I've seen a video.
Different.
Oh no, Kylie Jenner's the worst. Kylie Jenner.
Kylie Jenner.
Kylie Jenner.
Yeah, what gender are you? I'm Kylie Jenner.
I'm
Kylie Jenner.
I should be so lucky.
Man. So you're not ugly, you're just poor.
Hey, not gonna let that one go.
February was.
I think Bruce Jenner is the worst. Have you seen him before the surgery and all that stuff? Man, he looked terrible before.
She
looked.
Yeah,
no, when he was a he, he's a she. Then what?
Yeah.
February was the big.
She's a lot hotter now. Would you do Bruce Jenner? Sorry, Caitlyn Jenner. Would you do her?
No, I'm a happily married man.
If you weren't married?
No. Yeah, I probably would.
I wouldn't, but not because she's trans, because she's old.
Think of the Edinburgh show you'd get out of it.
Mooch, you?
I mean, I've done worse, but like I've kind of developed some self-respect over the years.
Wow, wow, you must have been bad before.
Oh yeah.
So I'm saying, in this scenario, you're not married, Mooch.
Yeah. Would I sleep with? No, I like silver medalist. No, I only fuck winners, man. Like, no, I wouldn't.
She won.
I don't think I would.
Caitlyn Jenner won
silver.
She won Woman of the Year, which is the real contest.
That is true. No, I don't think so. I mean, I want to say comedy answer, yeah, but I think it would be a harrowing and haunting experience.
Talking of
us, if I'm honest, like, do you know what I mean? I don't think I'm top of her list on as far as hall passes go.
But is Caitlyn Jenner into men or women now?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Talking of women,
burning questions.
Talking of women in comedy, I know we weren't, but like, there's I saw a post. I actually put it in the WhatsApp group. There's a post from Stu Richards, who's a TV producer, nice guy, but he's posted. So he's a TV producer, producing some sort of TV comedy. He's like, could anybody let me know who are the autistic female comedians? It's like, why have they got to be autistic and female? Why can't you pick comedians based on how funny they are, as opposed to like, we need a one-legged Papua New Guinean fucking comedian? It's like, no, you need a funny comedian who's going to make people laugh.
Maybe it's a TV show about autistic people.
Yeah. Is it about autistic comedians? No, it's some comedy show. They need comedians for. But they're like this, and that's why
it could just be something specific like that. But
Well, why aren't they saying like where are all the if they really wanted to make a funny comedy show, they say where are all the male comedians? Where all the male comedians who've got penises and wear trousers? Post names.
I can't wait for this to be an Ollie Crease episode.
Fuck
off!
Fuck off! Let's discuss who our suspicions are. Who is the?
Nah, do it in the Patreon one.
Our patron would discuss who that is. Although there's a good, he's done a good they've done a good Christmas episode, which I implore you to watch.
I haven't seen it.
You haven't seen the Christmas Carol one?
What?
No,
the best one. It's the best
Christmas Carol one.
It's the greatest ever work.
Oh, nice. I'll watch that after.
Nico, we're talking about Ollie Crease.
A Christmas special.
Yeah.
I have seen that one. He gets visited by ghosts or something. Yeah,
and he just fucking Ghostbusters the lots of. Fuck off!
And it's got a cameo from Bennett in it. Amazing. So we'll review for food.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Sorry, I don't want to ruin the ending.
Need to bring back Sophie Hagen as well.
Oh, that was actually that Ollie Crease is raising the level.
That was it, yeah.
February, do you know what happened in February? The biggest episode, I would say, that was Neil Young versus Joe Rogan. At the time, we didn't know who would win this epic battle, but now I think we can conclusively say that
Neil
Joe
Young
Rogan has won. Neil Young has won. Actually, is he back on Spotify?
That's what I'm just checking.
You know what? Neil Young is back on Spotify.
Is he?
Is he?
Out. Yeah. Because he must be a bigot.
What?
Maybe he changed his mind. Yeah, he's back on Spotify.
What a loser. Neil Young. Neil Young, if you're listening to the Free Speech podcast, you're a loser.
We were on Spotify then, and we're on
Anybody
Spotify
listening
now.
to this podcast, you're a loser. Anyone who's
Neil Young, I think Neil Young is a patron.
March episodes, trans activist comedian gets cancelled. Who's that? Let's have a look.
Me.
DARIUS is on Dubai. Stops into. I was in Dubai. That thing.
Who's the trans activist comedian who got cancelled?
No, trans activist cancels comedian.
It was what's his name? From
Adam Riley. Yeah, a guy who works in
B&Q.
Cricklewood B&Q.
Oh yeah, in the gardening department. That was a good joke. Should we remind people of everyone about the joke? Do you remember it? So the joke he made.
He says he's like I'm pretty woke. I believe that trans women are women because otherwise I fuck two men in Thailand.
That's a wicked joke.
And it's not is that transphobic? It's not transphobic.
That's such a great joke, though. It's a really good joke.
That's a great joke. That's a great joke. But without wanting to revisit it, what he said after, accidentally believing he was talking to.
So basically, these two people in the front row got up to walk out in protest, and they were trans, but he didn't know that
because they were so convincing. He went, "Oh, the trannies are leaving," and then
he was like, "Oh, I've upset the trannies," and they actually were. So
he said, "What, Leo?" He said, "What?"
He said, "Oh, I've upset the trannies," and they were. Yeah. So what else happened? What happened in March, Darius?
That was the big one from March. In April, the episode I think which was the biggest one for us was your deep ear cleaning live, where we went.
Oh man, I was thinking about that the other day because my ears work now.
That is actually some original podcasting. I've not seen that on any other podcast ever before, and I think we should be like considered trailblazers in that as far as trying to find. Something between Leo's ears. Yeah.
We should get some sort of award for that.
Did that actually fix your ear?
Yeah. Oh man, like completely. I think there might have been other ways to do it. I think maybe just dripping the drips in it would eventually come out, but because it was difficult only having one ear or not having any ear.
Why do you still shout constantly though?
So you can hear me.
Nico, did you ever see? Fuck off! Did you ever see Leo's ear, Nico?
Nah, I didn't watch it.
Man, I'm telling you, it was one of the most disgusting things, and we did it for about 10 minutes.
Yeah, you should watch it, Nico. You'd love it.
It was really good. The best ever episode.
Because all the wax, it's all like hardened, but then like it had the drops, so like it softened a bit, but it was full of the wax was clogged with hairs.
It was brown.
Can you get that done professionally?
No, I'll do it. I'll charge you money. Then it's professional.
But seriously though, can you go to someone to do that?
Yep.
Yeah, you get it hoovered out. Who was Dominic or someone? Dominic Frisbee was telling me he gets his hoovered out every 6 months or something.
Really?
Yeah, they put something in. They put wax or oil or something in to soften the wax, and then the other thing, like literally a sort of Hoover thing, and it goes in and like sucks out all the wax.
So what if it sucks out your eardrum?
They're careful not to do that.
I believe you'd go deaf.
If anything touches your eardrum, it's very painful, as I found out when I stuck something in my ear and touched my eardrum.
What did you stick in your eardrum? Darius's penis?
Nah, it wouldn't reach my eardrum.
My penis, no, it's too big. My penis is much bigger than your ear hole. It's so chaff.
Why do I do this pod? I could be spending time with my kids.
Nah, this is much better than spending time with your kids.
Unfortunately, you're right.
In May, we asked the question: is wanking standing up normal?
I think it's quite normal. I think sitting down is weird. Sitting down wanking is weird.
Yeah, sitting down wanking is weird. We discussed.
But think about it. You standing up and you got a laptop open. Who stands up and uses a laptop?
Also, he's very tall.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I imagine if there's a window near you, like it's just a snapshot of like a stick instead wanking. It just looks horrific. I imagine.
Well, because I'm so tall, I can like see out the bathroom window and make eye contact with my neighbours.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
You shouldn't be allowed to stand up and wank if you're over 6'3". That should be the rule.
That's right. So Leo is banned from wanking standing up, which is terrifying.
Yeah. I wonder what's going to happen with the SNP passes gender bill.
How did we get here from that? Like, I don't know, what was on your mind frame from that?
Because men can now go to women's prisons in Scotland.
Yes, after the age of 16.
Yeah, men can go to women. So and like, there's a added incentive for like perverts and stuff to do it because you get a new name, so you get to cover your crimes.
What name are you going to go for, Leo?
Wait, I'm going to go for Ollie Crease.
Fuck off.
So can you just say I'm a woman when you get arrested?
Basically, yeah. They made it like before, like you had to have a certificate and you had to like sort of convince a panel that you were like serious about changing your gender. Now it's you just self-certify. You know what I mean? So yeah,
can women do the opposite and then just go to male prisons and then everyone just swaps?
Yeah, like all the they could do that, but nobody cares about the women saying they're men or women changing gender because they tend to just like get on with it and not make a big fuss.
Not the one who tried to cancel fucking what's his name? That was a female to male.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, and he is a cunt.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And also they weren't convincing as a man because men, a man generally wouldn't give a shit. That's a real womanly trait. So
yeah, make you a big deal about nothing.
Yeah. Oh, one of the SNP politicians, Angus Robertson, he compared the SNP, compared it to Nelson Mandela, compared the struggle for gender rights, the struggle for men to be able to say that they're women without a doctor confirming it or anything. He said this is like Nelson Mandela. I'm like, I'm pretty sure that's not like Nelson Mandela. Like Nelson Mandela was in prison for decades, and he did Nelson. At no point did Nelson Mandela say, "Oh, by the way, I'm a woman."
Not decades.
It's a great impression.
Can I just say Angus Robertson is probably the most Scottish name of all time.
Yeah.
Couldn't get any more.
No, you've got to have a muck in there for it to
Hamish.
be a proper, like the most Scottish. Angus
Yeah.
Muck Robinson would be the most Scottish name.
Yeah.
Y'all see, we spoke about the World Cup.
I think that's coming later in the year as we
Oh,
go
yeah.
through
Yeah,
the year.
that's coming later in the year.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
Are we
and
doing
finally,
that thing?
okay. Well, we
Yeah,
can
we're
discuss
going
the
through the year, Nico.
I'm just doing it month by month. June was a seminal month for us. This was the month where we reached our 50th episode.
Mooch's drug dealer robbed me.
Oh, no way. What happened? That happened to me
Yeah.
last year. What happened?
He gave me diluted
How did that happen to you?
He gave you what?
Diluted mushroom oil.
Ah,
Heavily diluted.
this son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
he gave me terrible cocaine.
He did.
Yeah.
We gotta find this guy.
We
I'm
got to
not
hold
sure it's the
Mooch.
same guy.
We got to hold Mooch personally responsible, and also you make one order, like, and then the rest of your life it's like signing up for information about a timeshare. The rest of your life you're getting texts being like, you want Sensimilia, you want we've got bags of terrible cocaine. They're really overpriced. You want some?
Yeah, the GDPR for drug dealers is really off the charts. They really do need to have that looked at. Otherwise, they're going to lose 4% of their annual turnover, I believe, is the actual fine for it.
Probably quite a lot.
Bitches.
Yeah.
So
Did
like
you see
the first oil batch he gave me was great, and it was thick and dark. The next
Right.
one is like diluted. You can see through the bottle.
Oh, right, yeah.
And I took like 7 drops and anything barely happened.
Ah, man, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Have you
What if
taken
your
any?
tolerance- How long had you left it between doses, though? Maybe your tolerance had increased.
Now this is like months between, man.
Yeah, no, it only takes
You're
a few
bringing the
days.
good name of a reputable drug dealer into disrepute.
Yeah. You need to go to the ombudsman.
Yeah.
Yeah. Drug dealers should have a thing page, a review page.
They do. It's called the dark web.
Yeah, they do. They got good. Well, did you see what the guy looked like, Nico?
No.
because he looked
They
like
got
me
it
because
straight
it's
from
me.
Mooch.
Oh, so you bought it by Mooch. Oh, right. Yeah, well, obviously Mooch is the one who's fucked you up. Mooch has diluted it.
Yeah,
Maybe.
there is no drug dealer. It's just Mooch.
Yeah,
It's
this,
Mooch bringing out his
Barry's.
stock.
Yeah.
Mooch has just got some juice out the bottom of his fridge.
Yeah. Then he sold it to you and Ollie, and I got fucking food poisoning,
Yeah.
and you got mildly high.
Yeah.
Episode 50. That was a seminal episode for us. That was
What
in
happened?
June. Well, we got to episode 50. Who would have thought that?
Have we done May? Did we cover what happened in May?
Yeah, May was wanking standing up.
Oh,
Is it normal?
yeah.
Although
It
in
is normal.
that we also wrote racist. We met Susie Kennedy. We had Hollywood conspiracies. Johnny Depp was in the what was that? Was that the Johnny Depp
Wait.
trial
That's
was
the
on?
one with Alistair?
Alistair was in. Alistair was at the end of February, and he returned, and we discussed with Alistair. Okay. Well, he wants to come back on. We should get him back on. I've invited him. But
yeah, let's get him back
100%.
on.
We've actually got exciting guests. But...
To me, that's the funniest bit ever on the podcast.
When he said
When
God.
Leo is asking how are we gonna stop big tech censorship, and then Alistair goes, "God." And he said it like so earnestly as well.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
he said it like God.
Yeah.
But you
Might
know
work.
what? That was in end of February. But now, as we come to the end of the year, as we see that people are being imprisoned last week for praying in their head in the street, as we see Balenciaga put loads of paedophile stuff with kids and satanic imagery up, and now Benetton doing the same, you start to think maybe there is some like logic to this kind of like God thing. Like, just like, you know, it's funny, but wait a minute, are these like, who would have thought praying would make you the bad boy?
Yeah, totally. And being a nonce would be encouraged by the government, by Twitter and stuff. And the Twitter files have revealed that the government and political parties. I mean, the thing that makes it dangerous is it's not just the government. It's a political party are influencing, colluding with Twitter and with social media platforms to silence stories. So this is like, if the Tories or somebody went to all the newspapers and said, "Oh, listen, you got to run this story about the Tories being great, and you've got to suppress this story about Tony Blair like fucking a squirrel or whatever it is, like the Hunter Biden thing." It's like, because it's happening with, like, it's done with code and algorithms and stuff, people don't seem to be as outraged as if it was people actually burning books or kicking over newspaper stands.
I think people are getting more wise to it, but it's
the mainstream media ignored it.
No, yeah, that's the main problem. BBC haven't reported on it. No one, The Guardian haven't. The Guardian reported that Elon Musk got like mugged off at a Dave Chappelle show, but not the fact that the CIA and FBI, in fact, it was revealed that the CIA were involved in the Kennedy assassination, and no one said shit.
Look at my cat.
Because things like this, people are distracted like this. Cats on the internet. Thank you for being like this is a great sort of analogy, Nico. Like, people find out the CIA killed JFK. Look at my cat, and that's exactly what happens.
Yeah,
I'm the controlled opposition. I just trying to show that Barbadian people love cats.
How many times have you kicked that cat? What episode was that?
He didn't answer. Notice he didn't answer.
No comment. No comment.
That must have been when that footballer kicked his cat.
Yeah, that was
the French guy. Oh, what's his name?
Yeah,
Kurt Zuma.
Kurt Zuma. Yeah.
Zuma. Well, anyway, episode 50, we introduced gash bombs to an unsuspecting nation, and surprisingly, people really like gash bombs. That was episode 50. Getting us sort of, let's see what else. Ooh, we had a big one in. Oh, that's June. July, we had Beyonce, Tesco, and pregnant women, and pregnant men probably getting assaulted at Glastonbury.
Mouch got assaulted at Glastonbury.
I did.
We should get Zap back as well, and
Andy Zap. Yeah, I saw Andy the other day.
Well, talking of guests, this next year, if everything goes to plan, we have porn star Jennifer Keelings wants to come on. Leo famously made a very funny comment when he went, "I've got feelings for Jennifer Keelings," so she's going to come on. Alistair Williams will return. Constantine is scheduled to come on and will actually turn up when he turns up next time. It's like, yeah, Constantine, come down, but we won't be there. Those are the guests that I've arranged. I don't know if you guys arranged anyone. Oh, also,
maybe I'll arrange a guest.
We had a woman who I said, should we get on the pod? And you lot dilly-dallied. The next, 2 days later, Bill Bursett left a tweet going, "This is the greatest female comedian of all time." Christopher or whatever her name was.
Yeah, greatest female comedian of all time. Still not that great.
Yeah, well, still, for a female, though.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. That was the month. That was June. July, we were talking about football hooligans Vince McMahon. What's this? Let's have a look. Why is this not showing me? In this week, football leg injuries and we passed down 5 lessons to our younger selves. Do you remember the lessons that we passed down?
No.
Neither do I. Anyone remember?
If you want to look back at the episode and find out and let us know in the comments, that'd be great, because none of us are gonna.
Lessons.
Yeah. August, we met Count Dankula.
Bitcoin.
I think that was probably it.
Yeah.
We met Count Dankula.
You know what the next investment thing could be to make yourself rich and then lose all your money when it all flops. Chat GPT or something it's called. It's just AI thing.
AI thing, yeah.
AI, you can't actually invest in it, but if there's
it's a
companies
non-profit.
if there's companies that use the technology, you can invest in them, like Microsoft. So, although it's only a small part of what Microsoft do, but yeah, Chat GPT or whatever.
Well, apparently,
it's nuts. So the Economist had some stuff on it, and they had they wrote. It's one of those all articles on AI do this. It's like you read the article and it's a little bit clunky and stuff, and then you get to the bottom, they're like, "Oh, this was written by AI," or some of the paragraphs were written by AI. Oh, I bet you didn't see that coming. It's yeah, it did, because every single article in AI has that at the bottom.
It's quite good though. Apparently it's going to put Google. apparently it's going to put Google out of business. They're terrified because now you can get specific requests and answers and stuff as opposed to like generic things. So it can be really used for cheating.
It does on research. Oh yeah, and apparently university essays, it writes university essays that pass, that get like good marks, like B+ marks.
Well, me and Ollie put in make us a Hate and Live contestant, and we put it through AI, and genuinely the AI was funnier than a lot of the comedians we had. So like
that says more about the comedians we have.
No, it was because the way it did it, it's like, but it's very formulaic. Once you saw the formula, you could see the formula. It's like, it would like say, so if you gave me a topic, it would say something like slow driving. It goes, man, I hate slow drivers because, actually, it's better than me. I can't remember how the jokes went.
Can we replace everybody on this podcast with AI?
That'd be quite good. I am an AI bot.
No.
It's like
autistic incel is what that stands
for. When you watch Darius do a set of 14 minutes on Croydon, it's the worst stand-up you've ever seen.
That was the best stand-up you've ever seen. I went rogue one time. You got to take these chances. You don't know where you're gonna, you know.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch, I've just noticed someone has given us, we've got 2 1-star reviews.
The fuck?
Yeah.
What did they say?
We've got 1 star from someone called Von Stinkel on the 18th of September 2022, and they say, tried this out after listening to a couple of the contributors on other podcasts. It's boring. 18th of September. Let's see what episode that would have been, and let's see if it was a boring episode. 18th of September. So I said he would have listened to the Queen.
Well, this episode definitely isn't boring. I mean, we're looking at old episodes to see if they're boring. What could be more exciting than that?
There was a fun episode. We discussed the death of the Queen. What a time to be alive. To be honest, that was a boring episode when the Queen died.
Yeah, they're right. Thank you for the feedback.
October.
What's the other 1 star?
I think someone they haven't written a review. They've just given us they've just pressed 1 star on it.
How are we supposed to grow as people and podcasters if you don't give us feedback?
To be fair, we've got 63 5-star reviews, 1 4-star review, 1 4-star review, which in many ways is more annoying than the 1 1-star review.
Yeah.
We've got let's see. Yeah.
Have we got any 3 and 2-star reviews?
We've got 1 2-star review and
what do they say?
Yeah, but it's on sometimes they don't leave reviews. They've clicked the rating, but they've not left a review. So
what about the 4-star? Did they leave a?
No, all the reviews are basically.
This is boring. 3-star.
Yeah, this is boring.
This is fucking boring. The guy 100% is right. What? Like,
Mooch,
just fucking hell, man.
Simon, cut that bit out. Simon, cut that bit out.
Don't. It's the only funny thing that's happened in the last 3 minutes.
You son of
Simon,
a bitch,
repeat it. Repeat that whole conversation
Simon,
about.
Repeat that over. Are we going to talk about any other stuff from the rest of the year? Then we just.
What else happened in the rest?
Do you guys like mince pies?
Yeah.
Nah.
I like puff pastry ones.
I do. Yeah. I like mince pies.
I like mince pies. They're great, man. I don't understand why they don't make a whole size pie, though.
Oh, it'd be too much.
Yeah,
it'd be way too much.
No, but you make apple pie, so why not have a mince pie?
Apple pie's lighter. It's a lighter flavor. It's less rich.
This is the most amazing podcast. Like we're trying to go through the years and like what's happened throughout the year, and it's just this is ADHD, the podcast. Like we're talking about reviews now. It's on to mince and apple pies. How this guy could say it's boring?
Why do they call it mince? Why do they call them mince pies? Because it's not mince. It's like
I guess
sort
the
of raisins
fruit is
and shit.
minced up. The fruit is minced up.
Even when you see the jars of it in the supermarket, they call it mince meat. Mince meat, and it's definitely not mince. If you're going to clarify it, you wouldn't add meat onto the mince. You'd add fucking raisins, raisins.
Originally, they contained minced meat, but then the meat slowly
actual meat with the raisins and stuff.
The reason mincemeat is called meat is because that's exactly what it used to be. Most often mutton, but also beef, rabbit, pork, or game. Mince pies were first served in the early Middle Ages, and the pies were quite sizable, filled with a mixture of finely minced meat, chopped up fruit, and preserving liquid.
So
now there's
Nico, in the old days, you got the big ones that you want.
Yeah.
You need to build a time machine. Go back to the court of King Arthur and get a massive fucking mince pie with actual real mince in it.
We've been so emasculated now. They just give us this
They're mincing.
Yeah.
Mincing pies.
Oh yeah, it's funny. Like, you know, people. I keep seeing that meme that's like dogs. It's like, this dogs used to be wolves or whatever. And then it's like you see, and it's got that, you know, the big muscly dog, and then it's got the dogs now, and they're little lap dogs and stuff. And it's like, you know, I used to like hunt down whatever mammoths or whatever, and now I just sit in a little basket and I shit myself. And it's like, man, that's the same for people. You can't laugh at dogs for like you used to be muscly and strong and stuff. But like people are exactly the same.
Now we've actually grown bigger, because back in those times we were all quite short. Because of like improved diets, humans are generally bigger than they were,
and also because we can stay warm. Like I think in the old days, if you were short, then if you're tall, you'd just be too cold and you'd die.
Yeah, you couldn't masturbate standing up; it would be impossible.
You didn't have enough clothes. There was no central heating, no double glazing, so it was cold. You're always
at least they could afford their electricity bill though,
because they didn't have it.
Yeah, exactly.
There's a house. There's a house in the village. The village where I grew up in Scotland. There's a house that didn't have electricity. There's two sisters lived in it, old women.
What the fuck?
And they had paraffin lamps and shit.
Is it still there?
Grid.
No, they're dead now.
Yeah, because they're old.
Yeah.
I pissed off some some vegans in my stories on Instagram, and I got some threats.
Why? What's a vegan going to threaten you with? Like fucking, if you do that again, I'm going to come and fucking like stand near you and like be weak.
Because I said that all of these things that they're pushing are reducing the population. So like body positivity, veganism, feminism, transitioning,
abortion.
And something else. All of them lead to lower populations. And then I posted that they did a study on regular people who eat meat and vegans, and the sperm in the regular people was a lot healthier and more mobile than the sperm in the vegans. And it was a report, and there's several reports that say this. And the vegans in my followers kicked off.
I thought you just posted jokes and shit on your thing, like
I'm a wind up merchant
and stuff.
I wind people up. Yeah.
What is that like?
And one guy wrote, "Well, you continue raping and killing animals for to improve your sperm quality or some foolishness." Oh shit!
And kicking them. Well. Did he add kicking them as well? They should have added that. So you kick them as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh well, that died.
Yeah. Now you know what it feels like, Darius.
Yeah, I do know what it feels like. Well, anyway, also, talking about diminishing the population, I don't know if we touched on this, but a few weeks ago there was a Canadian Paralympian disabled woman who was angry because she couldn't get a stair lift put into her house by the Canadian government. So she called them up and went, we can't fit the stair lift in. Would you consider assisted suicide? This isn't a like they said, we can't get the stair lift in until next month, so we could kill you if that would make things easier for you. Would you like to be?
I think that should be an option for more things in life. I think it's great. I think it's just kind of like, okay, cool. We like when you're shopping, when you're doing online shopping, instead of a replacement for, your mince pies, you could have assisted suicide. I think it would be great. I think it should
the Canadian assisted suicide thing is absolutely fucking nuts. Like they're killing a lot of people. And a lot of it is like, if you're in poverty, like, because you'd think assisted suicide is just going to be people who've got like maybe a terminal illness or are in absolute chronic, horrible, acute pain. But it's not. Like, basically, the they've redone the legislation, so it's much easier, and it can be for anything, for any sort of, they say any sort of psychological impact or whatever. But that can just mean depression. So this woman, she's got a 23-year-old son. She found that just by chance she's going through his letters or whatever because she's fucking nosy, and maybe that's why he's depressed. She should keep her beak out. But she found out, like, he's lost an eye, so he's lost the sight in one of his eyes to diabetes, and he's got diabetes, and he smokes weed, so he's depressed. He's 23 years old. Man, she found out he'd made an appointment for assisted suicide in Canada, and it's like 2 weeks away. So she had to go on this mad, frantic, fucking find a lawyer, like try and stop it happening, because they were just like, you just rock up, you're like, it's like saying you're a new gender now.
Wait, he wanted to do it. He wanted to do it.
He wanted to do it because he was depressed. But he's only depressed because, he's smoking weed, like he's got diabetes and stuff. I mean, there's still plenty of stuff to... somebody like that, like, give him therapy, give him a year, stick him in a tropical island. After a year, they'll be happy.
Give him some mince pies.
Yeah, a big mince pie with meat in it to make his sperm healthy.
That's nuts, though, man. Imagine that just getting the way they're so flippant with life, the way they're willing to just let people die. Oh, you can't get a stair lift, we'll kill you. Oh, you're a fat shit, we'll kill you. Absolutely
it's basically
nuts.
eugenics, man. They're trying to like take it. This is what Hitler did, disabled people, all that kind of stuff. He's like, we'll just kill them all. And this is the same kind of thing, but they've sort of dressed it up as this sort of liberal progress. They're like, we're giving people the choice. But it's like, you're not giving people the choice. You're sort of railroading people. There's this guy, he's living in poverty, and he can't afford his healthcare anymore, and he's going to lose. He can't afford his rent either, so he's going to lose his house. So they were like, okay, you can't afford to live, so you need to sort of have medically assisted suicide. And he's like, I don't want to die, but I can't go on like this. I don't want to be homeless. It's absolutely fucking demented.
These are your choices, pal.
And what happened? He killed himself?
I don't know. I'll go back and check.
Put that article in the group.
Yeah, I will.
I want to read that.
I will. But man, yeah, I've been reading up on that stuff. It's fucking mad, the amount of cases.
But
it's like
Canada's
one of those things.
a crazy place, man.
Yeah, really
I used
is.
to think that, I used to think it was a great place, but nah, that's horrific. There's this thing now, they're listening to, they're going to check social media to see your stance on the vaccine, because they're still pushing the vaccine hard over there.
Yeah, it's fucking mad. And they say if you don't want a vaccine, then it means you're racist, misogynist, homophobic and stuff. And it's like, what's that got to do with? And in fact, it's quite often it's ethnic minority communities that don't want the vaccine because they're and they got a good reason to not trust, the establishment, given the history of medical interventions and with ethnic minority people. So yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous how they just anything that like they disagree with, they just come out and they say, this is it's like Joe Biden when he had the transgender stuff at the White House. He came out and he's like, anybody who's anti this transgender legislation means they're also racist and homophobic and all the rest of it. It's like, what the fuck? You're just trying to associate these things because you're just trying to make these people look bad.
Man, 2022 has been the year of gaslighting. The people who control the media, the narrative, that have just gaslighted from the beginning of the year all the way through to the end of the year. And even when people are confronted with the truth, they don't want to accept it, or they cannot accept it. Like
they can't handle the truth.
Yeah, they can't handle. I mean, listen, how can you still push the vaccine when it's been? Even they say, the vaccine doesn't even. It marginally at best might stop you getting sick or more sick. That's it. But you have to keep up to date. At this point, if you've not updated your booster, everyone's unvaccinated. So it's done nothing. This time last year, we were looking at not me because I'm vaccinated and boosted, obviously. No, I'm not. We were looking at a severe winter of illness and discontent, right? Now they're still pushing this vaccine. It's just all control all the way, and they just gaslight you. They'll put shit out like Rings of Power. This and the people that be will say, this is the greatest show. This is 5 stars. Then you watch it. Like, this is genuine shit. Even the comedy, like we watch it. Like, this is genuine. You're putting it out. You're telling us.
Name names, Darius.
Just go. Anyone who's on any BBC or Channel 4 show, just pick a name. They will be gaslighting you into saying this is
K-card.
funny, this is good. Yeah, but it's just drizzling shit. We just been gaslit from one to one, and everything that they say is good appears to me is like it's the opposite. It's proper evil. Like how can like you suggest to a guy who's just depressed because he's out of shape and he's living at home with his mum that he should kill himself? I mean, I would do that in a comedy gig, but I wouldn't mean it.
Is that why you keep yourself in shape, Darius?
Yeah, I keep myself.
You tick every other box in that category list.
I've got two eyes. I got two eyes. Anyway, let's finish off our roundup of the year, and then we'll do the Patreon episode.
I gotta leave soon.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, maybe we should. Well, let's finish this one up and do the other ones on the Patreon.
Yep.
All right, then we'll do that.
Because we've been going for an hour.
Yeah, we can go for an hour. We're back, Nico. Thank you for joining us. The Patreon have been clamoring for you. They've been like, "Where's Nico?" And you've returned in a pastel blue.
No. We're not doing the Patreon now. We're just going to finish the episode.
Yeah,
no,
I know.
do the Patreon now.
But I'm thanking Nico for joining us in this episode.
Oh, I see. Sorry. Okay.
If you don't, you got to give him encouragement, so he comes back. There you go, Nico.
No, I'll always be here. Yes.
There you go.
Thank you.
Round of applause. Thank you, me. All right then.
I'm going to give you a full order of drugs next time. Well done.
Which is going to mix you up something nice.
Yeah.
Which is marvelous medicine.
Yeah. All right, guys.
All right.
So what's happening now?
We're going to do the Patreon.
Oh, okay. So I won't be on the Patreon then.
We're going to finish. What month are we on?
We're now on. We've got 2 months. We're on November, and I think we obviously skipped it. Basically, 2 episodes. I say we talked about
what did we
Graham
skip?
Line. Well, I think we're on October or November.
No,
we were in October.
Mate.
In October.
No, we won in April. Because we got through June and August.
Yeah, and then
August.
Yeah, August was Count Dankula.
What were you like in school? Like
That was great.
It's just like, did a teacher just do a whole lesson and then you were just like, what?
Like, none of us are here because we're academically gifted.
Yes.
Yeah, that is true. Anyway.
All 4 of us are wearing hats except Leo.
Oh yeah.
And
Have you had a haircut, Mooch?
Yeah, I just had a trim right now.
Yeah, it looks good. How much did it cost?
£25 for beard and haircut.
That's all right.
He's giving you a Leonidas beard. Classic South London.
Yeah, because apparently it doesn't match up. Like one side is a bit longer than the other. I don't know.
Anyway,
it takes too long to do it.
October, we discussed Jordan Gray on Friday Night Live, where she got her penis out.
Oh yeah. So like that's interesting because Jerry Sadowitz had just got in trouble with the Pleasance, so he got banned from the Pleasance at the Edinburgh Fringe for part of it was for exposing his penis on stage, which he always does. You know what I mean? It's not like a new thing. And then all these like comedians, woke comedians, were all like, "Oh, he shouldn't have been exposing his penis anyway. Oh, this horrible straight white male, exposing his penis." And then Jordan Gray gets her penis out on the TV. And it was like, oh my God, this is the most wonderful penis exposure ever. Oh my God, we need more penis exposure, but only if you identify as a woman.
So it's basically the hypocrisy.
They want to send their kids to the family sexual.
Yeah, they want to send their kids to the penis. Yeah. But only if it's a woman's penis.
Or it's a woke sexual.
The family sex show. Yeah. If anybody missed the family sex show last year, so there's I like to think that I played a small part in getting it cancelled because I'm a big proponent of cancel culture. But yeah, this theatre group, Arts Council funded, by the way, it's our taxes getting spent on this thing. They were going to put on this thing. It's called the Family Sex Show. They got naked. They had simulated sex or whatever, and had all this sex stuff, and it was for fucking kids. So for families to take their kids to indoctrinate them and get nonced. So then, like when the kids get taken home and get raped by their entire families, they're like, you know, they're not asking as many questions. Absolutely fucking demented. Paid for by the Arts Council, and obviously that's bad. The Guardian thought it was wonderful and progressive and stuff. But I did a video about it. Then I went on Lotus Eaters and told them about it, and then they booked loads of tickets to go down and actually see the show and see what it was all about. But then it got cancelled because it turns out people outside of the little bubble of sort of all the woke fucks who make all the rules, people aren't that keen on child sex.
Did they get a refund for their tickets?
I think they did, yeah, and the booking fee.
Yeah, and the booking fee. Good.
All right, I got a bounce, guys.
All right, take it easy, and then we'll finish off the last month here, Nico, and then the last month, that was November, December. We discussed. Actually, was that October?
It'd be funny if Nico said, "I've got a bounce," and then just got a space hopper and just started bouncing.
That would be funny. Yeah. But anyway, then the last couple of months we discussed. Morezi came on the podcast in November. Tony Morezi.
Yeah.
And YouTube pulled the episode
because we talked about.
Because
we showed diagrams of robots.
But it
wasn't.
Man, YouTube's been a right little bitch lately. Like YouTube went back and demonetized loads of my videos.
Why? Which ones?
Well, apparently I break some sort of community guidelines or whatever, but it means I don't get money. I'm unable to monify my hatred.
Well, but the funny thing was, Spotify didn't pull the episode. They didn't even flag it. Usually,
Spotify don't give a shit. Spotify face down.
They flag us all the time.
Spotify face down Neil Young, and they're like, "Listen, Neil Young, you get in your fucking box. Listen, shut your face, Neil Young. 3 speeches where it's at."
If you go on our podcast, though, a load of our episodes have got COVID misinformation on them, right? Except for that one. Except for that one with the genuine COVID misinformation in it.
But it came from the Spectator Australia, which is a very legitimate publication.
Yeah. And then that brings us to December, where we are now, and I guess this is a December episode, the review of the year, where we discussed Joe Lycett shredding, the World Cup, Twitter files, She-Hulk was cancelled live. That has been a year in a review.
Was She-Hulk cancelled?
Yeah. Well, apparently, actually, they've only ever booked to do 1 season with an option to do the second, and they're not going to do the second.
But they're not doing the second. Was it drizzling shit? Because they seem to talk it up a lot. I got Disney Plus. I watched some of it, and man, it genuinely was completely shit. But you still sort of wanted to watch it. You wanted to watch it. See, I was like, I wonder what the shit thing is going to be this week. I wonder how shit it's going to be.
But this is what I'm talking about. How they gaslight the audiences. They put this out and you think I think this is shit. Yet they're telling you it's great, but it is actually shit. Yeah. Anyway, on that note, before we go,
and it was so they laid it on. So what do you mean go? We're like 5 minutes into the Patreon.
Yeah, no, we're going to end this one and then just start another one. So
yeah, we haven't ended this one yet.
Oh no, this is the Patreon one.
No,
we haven't started the Patreon yet. This is still the other.
Oh man, we got one fucking 2:45.
Yeah, well, it's all it's going to do is say bye and then start the next one. It's not going to add much time.
But with Nico,
say bye.
Bye.
Bye. Like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe, yeah.